Hey everybody, want to do another crazy hard hat hair talk with you all today about what electrical contractors will provide for you and what they don't. So I guess I'll start with commercial and then I'll work into what in a residential setting, what I have experienced in terms of what the employer expects of you and then what they provide. So in a commercial setting, bandsaws are typically provided with the contractor that I'm currently with. I've had contractors in the past that were commercial contractors. They had a bid limit around $25 million, and they definitely did not have any of the things I'm about to list. They did not have knockout sets provided for you. They did not have bandsaws provided for you. They did not have tri-stands provided for you. They did not have benders provided for you. They really, that one's pretty free range, crazy cowboy. We're going to just put it all on you. But the contractor I currently work for, they have bandsaws, tri-stands, benders of all sizes, even half-inch. Let's see, knockout set, bandsaw, roto hammers with a HEPA filter so that no one is exposed to excess amounts of silica dust from drilling concrete. And they'll have like the cutters for like 3/0 and like the heavy feeder conductors, and they'll also have a crimper as well. That's very common that they'll have. But pretty much outside of that, they put everything on the individual, the person working for them. So that is more or less all your hand tools, drill, impact, saws. I've seen some sawzalls actually. I've seen a bunch of two-handed sawzalls, especially if you're doing a lot of underground work. Maybe a shovel too. I'll include that in the list. But outside of that, pretty much everything is your responsibility. So hole saws, sometimes I will see they will provide them for you. They are a cheaper brand that they typically buy, but I've seen some places provide a little bit of like select sizes of hole saws. But by and large, you're responsible for the hole saw, especially if you haven't been there long. They just think that you haven't been there long to get one, but sometimes they'll find someone who's nice and they'll accommodate you. So things that they don't accommodate for, if you have a strange size bandsaw blade, like if you don't have the Milwaukee kinds, typically they will not get them because for some reason, and I've heard this from a lot of different foremen, that supply houses just really carry Milwaukee's sizes of bandsaw blades for their products. So bandsaw blades, up to you. By and large, hole saws are up to you. If any tool breaks, that is something like, if you think that I just have to buy the tool once and then I'll be compensated for it if it breaks, that's not the case. You could try to pull the heartstrings of someone, but really no. Like if your tap breaks or a hole's like the pilot bit inside of a hole saw breaks, on you. If your pliers blow up because someone told you that a circuit was dead and in fact it's not, on you. And that goes for any tool. Let's see, if your tape measure breaks, snaps in half, on you. What's another example of something that's happened to me? There's probably a bunch more that I can think of, but that's a commercial setting for you. I covered pretty much all the things that are from the employer's side, what they will provide, and then everything else is basically on you. And to touch on that a little bit more, they will give you a tool list that says this is all you need to work here. But if you were ever actually in the field, that very quickly is just not a complete list that allows you to be functional and productive. And this is the communication for facilitating and effectively in my past, I've just bought a torch, like a benzomatic torch to heat pipe, so that like I don't ever run into a situation where like we're running underground today, we have no way to heat this pipe. So I guess that's something else that I can say about commercial contractors, is that they typically have a hot box where they can heat PVC conduit for you. That's something that's nice. And residential, definitely all your hand tools are on you. Your drill, your impact are on you. Your all of your different hand tools and power tools are basically on you. It's like if you want to buy a whole hog that's cordless, that's on you. So I just kind of wanted to create an expectation of things that I have personally had paid for by an electrical contractor, residential or commercial, and what you can expect that you will probably have to budget for so that you can continue to work in your trade. The prices can be astronomical, and you should not bend over backwards to make sure that a job gets done, because at the end of the day, there's something that's not being communicated properly, and it shouldn't fall on the journeyman or apprentice to be pulling weight like this in a multi-million-dollar company. So in any way that you can, be a stickler about the fact that you don't have what you need to get this stuff done. And if there's someone who says, oh, I have a tool for that, like, tell them, like, why are you doing that? Do you want the company to make more and more profits next year and give you nothing? Just something to keep in mind. Like, yeah, they'll tell you that you're behind because you're slow, but at the end of the day, there's a breaking down of the terms and conditions of work that are not being that are just being burdened upon journeymen and apprentices to do and take on that cost, even though the tool list doesn't say anything about that. They just kind of leave it vague and throw people into the deep end and don't ever communicate, and then it's up to them to just have this absurd amount of tools where there's struts in their car sagging and stuff. And yeah, so if you're in that situation, nag the foreman for stuff. Just keep telling them that, I don't make enough to buy all this shit. Just be honest. Like, it's a real concern. You make 20 something an hour, maybe you make 30 something an hour. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's 55K is not something that should be providing insane copious amount of tools and resources to a commercial construction project. So just something to keep in mind about spending and burdened responsibility with materials for the job site. So let me know what crazy stuff you've been responsible for on your job site, because I know I have been in some wild situations. I bought a lot of tools because I want to be an electrical contractor, so I think it will pay off in the end. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that you got into the trade to make money and not to just be someone else's pawn and to be, addicted to tools. So let me know if you guys have had any crazy situations, or if you've had any positive experiences with a company, or you've handled a situation in a particular way and it has led to a positive good in your company where now things are supplied. So have a good one, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.